Well, hello, everybody. My name is Mitchell Osborn, and I am recording this live on Facebook on my business page, which is Mitchell Osborn, Animal Communicator, Pet Psychic. But I also do mindfulness meditation and transformation coaching. Using mindfulness, using NLP, using EMT, a bunch of other stuff. So I wanted to introduce some of those things about every 2 weeks here live. So, hey Sharon, we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to be doing a little NLP practice. I'm going to go over a little bit about what NLP is for those of you who don't know. For those of you who do know, hey Lisa, you may actually be a better practitioner than I am. I've been using it for the last couple of years. I use it more personally than a lot of other things, but it's just such an amazing tool. And I'm going to go over that in just a minute. But in the meantime, while we're gathering a few people online, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what else I do. So my website is right here, mitchellosborn.com. I do read tarot cards. I do connect with animals. I'm a pet psychic, animal communicator, and then do mindfulness transformation using my toolbox of tools, which I'm going to share one of those tools tonight with you. But hey, Alice, and I do a weekly special spread. This week it is the 11 card Celtic Cross. There's always like a 20% discount if you want to check me out for the first time. Also, right now I'm not caught up right now. So if there are like 2 or 3 people that have spreads in for me that I thought I was going to get to them tonight. I may get to one when I'm done here. But I am doing, hey Rose, I am doing the full spread, which is like it's 2 cards per month for an entire year. Like the first card is what's the energy of January look like for you, and then how can you best navigate it. Any spreads that I do, I turn on and record specifically for you. I say your first name in the beginning, so it's not a canned spread or anything like that. So yeah, so those of you joining, I'm going to do a little bit of talking about NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, one of the modalities I use. And I pick and choose that. Let me tell you what, NLP is such a wide and broad topic. It's like I went to find like all my notes about what it is, and like I had like 3 different teachers that all say different things. So and different things, they all kind of say the same thing, but yet they use them and funnel them in different ways. But yeah, so we're going to get into that in just a moment. But also I do Skype sessions, FaceTime, pretty much any kind of video there is, and in person if you're here in Orlando, Central Florida area. But sessions available Tuesday, Thursday evenings, 7 p.m. 7:45 p.m., 30-minute sessions Eastern Standard Time, as well as Saturday between 9:30 and 2:30 p.m. Oh, Bart just came in. Did you see the chair moving? My cat Bart's little man. Hi, buddy. So Bart likes to come in and work with me. So I have to pull up a separate office chair for him right here. So do all of that. And tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about NLP. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that. But first I want to set an intention for us, which is I'm big on that. And this is part of NLP. This is a component. This is a way of doing it. So if you're watching live or in the replay, just take some deep breaths with me. If it's safe and comfortable for you to close your eyes, go ahead and do that. And just take some deep breaths and just acknowledge the words that I say and those words that feel comfortable for you. And these words are, and the intention is for us, that we all would receive healing, guidance, confirmation, grounding, centering, balance, peace, harmony, alignment, joy, abundance, love, great care, compassion, health, wellness, safety, courage, and encouragement. I set the intention that we would resonate, operate, and vibrate in the highest frequency of that divine source, that pure white light, love, God, goddess energy that we can. And I call in any and all of your and my angels and guides and those we work with on the other side, whether we know who they are or not, into this session, into this time we have together, whether we're live or not, as long as they stay in high vibration and play nice. All of this for highest good and greatest growth, I say, and so it is. And so it is. So I've got some notes because like I said, I looked up a bunch of things and I was like, oof, I need to write down some notes. So NLP, or neuro-linguistic programming, really is the practice of understanding how people organize their thinking, their feeling, the language and behavior that they produce, the results that they do. So it kind of provides like a methodology or a model of outstanding performances achieved by like geniuses or leaders. In a nutshell, you can think of, oh, I want to be like that golfer or like that musician. So you put posters of them up. You think, you model yourself, you watch them, you emulate them, and what you're doing is you're creating, a belief that you can do just what they do with the hard work, with the dedication, with the talent, with the ability. And neuro is basically, it's because neuro is because of the individual experience, both conscious and unconscious, and derived through a form of our senses and central nervous system. And linguistics basically is, our language, and linguistics because our mental processes are often coded, organized, even given meaning and transformed through our language. And then programming really is just the behavioral response to that which occurs as a result of the neurological filtering processes and the subsequent linguistic map that we create. So programming, because people interact with systems in which each of them communicate in their own specific subsequent linguistic map ways. So it's really kind of cool because it's a practical application of how people think. And you can identify with what makes someone exceptional in their skills and then kind of apply that to your own life. But there are several different ones that I've used. We're going to do the swish pattern tonight. There is the sphere of excellence. There's the red box. There's the movie theater. There's the museum. These are all just different ways of doing it. And you know what? Over the next 6 months to a year, I'll probably get to some more of those online here. But this session, I'm usually just spend about 30 minutes with you guys. So what I want you to kind of be thinking about right now, if you want to participate in this it's almost like a meditative visualization session. So I want you to start thinking about like one specific thing that you would love to change or be different about yourself. If you can't pick one specific thing, that's okay. You can go with just a general overall great feeling and about yourself, or kind of a great image about yourself. But I'll give you more of that information when we go. But if you have something specific like like nail biting or or diet, just kind of hold on to that. But just think about what it is that you want. What it is that you want to get out of that. You don't have to type in this. This can be very personal for a lot of people. And state it in a positive way, not like, I don't want to be fat, but you say, I want to be thin and healthy. I want to be lean. I like the word lean better than thin. I want to choose better relationships. I want to choose better. I want to have a better attitude and outlook at work. So also think about how you'll know that you have it, when you feel that, what it's going to feel like for you. And then, what stops you from already having this stuff in your life? So kind of think of a little bit of that. And thank you, Alice. I just saw your message. But, and you might want to think of also what additional resources you might need for that. All this is going to come into play when we get into kind of the meditative state. So, and what we're going to do, so I want you to, if you're just going to do like an overall general feel for yourself, then just everybody kind of think of, on a scale of 1 to 10 right now, where are you in life? If you're thinking about bad relationships or job or your weight, how do you feel about it right now? Rating it from 1 to 10. If you just think of a general overview of yourself and you're only at like a 4 or 5, that's cool. But just kind of rate it, because I want you to set a rating from 1 to 10 of where you feel right now. If you're thinking about something specific, like choosing bad relationships, then you may be up like an 8 or 9 or maybe a 7. But if you're just doing a general overall read about how you feel right now, then it may be just like a 3 or 4. But ultimately, choose a number. Just kind of put that number in the back of your head. If you want to type it in, you can. You want to write it down, you can as well, because sometimes you do forget it. So so we can also choose something to change, like an unwanted behavior as well, which a lot of that kind of goes along with it. So what I want you to do, and I'm going to put up a screen so you're not looking at me, because I just want you to focus on my voice right now. So there's just going to be my voice. So I want you to, if it's safe, if it's comfortable, if you feel led, to just allow your eyes to close and start to focus and bring your awareness to your breath. Get as comfortable as possible as you can. You don't have to hold the phone or the laptop or whatever it is, and just bring your awareness to your breath. And as you bring your awareness to your breath, I want you to just kind of imagine there's like a giant screen out in front of you. Your eyes are closed, so you're imagining this giant screen, like a giant movie screen, or maybe it's a big screen TV, but it's huge. It's like, 30 by 30. It's the size of a wall. And I want you to imagine yourself on that screen. So just imagine your very best self up on that screen. Now that self can look just like you look right now. It can look like you looked when you were 15. It can look nothing like you. It can look like Ricky Martin or Sophia Loren when she was 28. Whatever, whoever. But just imagine your very best self projected up on that screen, the way you want to look. Focus on your breath. You might imagine like you're on the cover of a magazine or a poster for a movie or something, but just make it really large. And now I want you to turn up the color of it. Make it vivid, make it bright. Sometimes you have to set the intention and turn it up. Sometimes me just saying that automatically intensifies the colors. The colors are pleasing and beautiful. They're vibrant. You can feel it. Just sweeten up how good it feels. And let the feeling of it wash over you so you can feel it and you can see it in your mind's eye. And now, whatever type of music you want, create a soundtrack or a song looping in the background with that image up on the screen. Whatever it may be, classical, pop, rock, something that from the 80s that you just love to dance to, or something that just really lulls you into a beautiful, peaceful place. So you've got the sound turned way up, you've got the color and the brightness turned way up, and I want you to just allow that picture to slowly shrink into a tiny, tiny, tiny little black dot, to where there's just a little tiny black dot right in front of you. And you can no longer hear or see or anything of that beautiful picture, but you kind of still feel it. And now, I want you to lay over top of that black dot another picture. Another picture of yourself, of the problem, of the incident, of the issue, of the behavior that you want to get rid of. If it's a relationship, see yourself after a breakup. If it's a job, see yourself at the desk not feeling good. And this is going to be a little tough to look at. If it's, being overweight, see yourself at your worst, standing there in a bikini or a bathing suit or whatever. But and this picture is it's kind of black and white. It's not very bright. There's no sound, no music playing. So just allow that picture and image to create a feeling within inside you, and you can feel that. And whatever that feeling is, that should echo with that number you chose earlier. And if that number ramped up a little bit because now you're seeing it full out bright in front of you, imagine it. Just go ahead and make a mental note of, did that number jump up a little bit? Is it 7? Is it 8? Is it a 9 or 10 because you've got a real serious issue going on? Whatever it is, I want you to see it. It's black and white. It's dull. It's faded. It's just quiet. There's no sound. And now, feeling that feeling, I want you to see that little black dot right in the middle of that bad picture, that unwanted, undesired place in your life, and see that little black dot from that bright, brilliant, beautiful, positive place slowly start to expand. And as it expands, you start to hear the music. As that little dot expands, you start to see the color. As that dot expands and takes over that negative, unwanted black and white picture, it is now vibrant and beautiful and colorful, and the soundtrack is playing, and that feeling you had earlier is completely gone. Just experience that beautiful image once again and feel it in your mind. And now I want you to take that bright, brilliant, beautiful, positive image and just shrink it back down to a little dot. And what's there again? That black and white faded picture. But as you look at that one this time, it's almost like it's not as full. It's like it's not as thick. It's you can kind of see through it. I mean, it's just not as powerful as it was before. And now once again, take that little black dot in the center and just expand it with your mind. And as it expands, the color seeps through, the sound of the soundtrack and the music comes through, and that bright, brilliant, beautiful image of yourself living your best life, experiencing everything possible, moving beyond that behavior, beyond those relationships, whatever it was you chose personally. Just feel it, let it wash over you, let it sink inside you. And one more time, allow that just to shrink back down into a tiny, tiny little dot. And as it does, that picture that was there before, that undesirable black and white picture, it's almost like it's a cloth, a material that is about to fall apart. The picture is barely noticeable anymore. In fact, you might even see it fade a little bit as you're looking at it. The feelings are not near what they were the first time. And once again, that little black dot in the middle starts to open up, opening up like the iris, middle of your eye, or the camera lens. And as it opens up, the color bleeds through. The bright, brilliant, beautiful colors come through. The soundtrack is playing. It's powerful. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. You feel those feelings of that bright, brilliant, beautiful, peaceful, calm image of yourself, living your best life, feeling your best self. And just allow those feelings to wash over you, knowing that that picture behind has completely faded away. Hold this image with you, holding this image with you. Deep breaths in. Deep breath in, feeling how good you feel. And just allow that image, the screen, to fade to black, to where nothing's there, to where you're just focused, left feeling those feelings, taking some full deep breaths in, feeling those good feelings. Now I want you to start to take some fuller, deeper breaths in. And the next time you exhale, if you're a little groggy, just start to wiggle your toes a little bit. Next time you exhale, maybe wiggle your fingers a little bit. Next time you inhale, lift your shoulders up and set them down and back as you exhale. And the next time you exhale, just allow your eyes to open. Coming back fully present with me here on Facebook Live or in the archive if you're out there. So let me know that you're back. Let me know that you're here. So and let me know how that experience was for you. And I want you to give me a number 1 to 10. Think about that issue you had before. How do you feel now with that issue? And almost actually I can say it, every single time I've ever done this, when I test again at the end, I absolutely feel much better. The numbers drop from like a 7 to a 3 or like a 6 to a 1. And what we're doing is we tested at the beginning, we did the operate, we're testing again, and then we're exiting out. TOTE. If you are a therapist, you know those things. But let me know if anybody's out there and how that went for you. Let me know how you feel. I know you might be typing a lot. Good. Thanks, Alice. A smiley face. I love it. Let me know if you experienced anything weird. This is a great time for you to ask some questions. And if you're watching the replay, tag me and then ask the question so I'll see it. Because a lot of times I don't get these. But if you tag me, then it'll alert me to look back and see. You feel like what I need to do is obtainable. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. So we want to be a 1, not a 10. Yes, yes. Or 0. Some people do 0 through 10. But yeah, you want to be down lower. 10 is the feeling the worst, the awful. If I didn't say that in the beginning, I apologize. But yeah, 1 would be the ultimate optimal place. So let me know if you have any other experiences you want to share, you guys. Any other questions you might have. And this is just a simple swish pattern. It's not so much a swish for me as it is that like opening and closing that iris. But that is something you can do with, nail biting, bad relationship, difficult conversations, whatever it is. Basically, and there's one like this at a 1 or 2, beautiful. And Sharon, were you at a higher level than 1 or 2 before? And you guys, doing the testing and operating is about building belief in it, is about working with it as well. There's one cool one where you take a picture that you don't like and you throw it up, literally like a screen, like you pull a picture up to the middle of the screen, you pop it open, and then you take the picture you do like and you send it out like a boomerang. As it comes flying back around, it hits the other one and shatters it. Those are all just beautiful NLP practices. They're very much visual images. The words you choose, the thought patterns you have. Oh, good, Sharon. Great, great. And you guys, this works for physical pain and stuff as well. So you can see yourself in, like difficulty getting up out of a chair or laying in bed. And then the next thing you see yourself crossing the finish line of that marathon or whatever it is that you want to do. So beautiful. Well, you guys, let me know if there are any other questions. I'll wrap it up in the next couple of minutes. And in 2 weeks, we'll do something else. Let me see if I have planned out what I'm doing. And 2 weeks, just going to be a simple meditation that I got from one of my mindfulness.org magazines or Mindful Mag. Just about not pushing anything away, but bringing everything in, questioning it, feelings, thoughts, pains, emotions, and inviting them in for tea and, kind of dealing with them and working through them. So we'll do that on the 23rd. So maybe we'll do with, crazy holiday time stuff. But yeah, and you guys, I always save these to YouTube over at Intuitive Mitchell. So youtube.com/Intuitive Mitchell. Because last 2 weeks ago, I did mindfulness and tarot cards, using them to kind of transformation. 4 weeks ago, on the 11th, 11/11, I did a little bit of tapping and the benefits of that. And on the 28th, I just did a welcome. What are we going to do? What's mindfulness? I did like a 3-minute mindful hack. Which is a very simple one. Basically, the simplest mindfulness hack I know to do is just take 30 seconds and say what you see, then take 30 seconds and just say what you hear, and take 30 seconds and say what you feel. VAK, visual, auditory, kinesthetic. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? And when you do that, you're bringing yourself into the present moment is what you're really doing. So, well, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. For those of you who didn't make a peep out there, but you're just creeping a fly on the wall, I love that you're there. And let's see, a week from tonight, V and I will be doing one-card readings over on Mitchell Osborn, my other page. This is my business page. This is the Animal Communicator. But over at Mitchell Osborn, the Intuitive Messenger personal page, we'll do that. Every Sunday night on this page, I do animal communication, pet psychic stuff. I usually just talk about one lesson. And then if you put pictures ahead of time in the event with the details that I say, then I'll do a live reading for you. I usually get through 3 or 4, and lately I've only been having 2. So if you got a pet, come on out. So, all right, thank you guys for joining me. Thanks for sharing, retweeting, posting, subscribing, becoming a fan here on this page, on that page, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Pinterest, over on YouTube as well. So until next time, have a wonderful day, night, week, wherever you are. Bye-bye, everybody.